dozens in the dusk, throw it all away. You see a light wherever you go. You have to face it again and again.
Mic wasn't on. Hello everybody. Welcome back to my playthrough of Dark Souls 1.
Um, I suppose another reason why I'm doing this with these stories is I'm trying to get back into the game. But if you come here at the lowest level possible, then you won't have to pay as many souls. If the hunter isn't the lowest or whatever, then, it would be even lower than that, obviously, so I'm just trying to mention that.
Regrettably, I cannot share that with you. But you are my pupil. Perhaps if you show your faith.
Yeah, see, 400 souls. I haven't upgraded this character once.
Very well. I can surely tell you of all. Undead clerics are given a mission to seek kindling. Kindling is the art of feeding bonfires with humanity. Through kindling, we shall one day be granted magnificent powers.
If you noticed, like in the,
Come again. The effectiveness of the teachings depend upon your faith.
back in the Undead Asylum or whatever, the bonfires that were down there, I think I set up them or whatever. They only gave you 5 Estus. This one gives you 10. And that's mainly because there's a firekeeper down here. I did some stuff with her in the last episode. She's the reason that it gives you 10 Estus or whatever. It's normally kindled once, which right now that's all we can kindle it right now or whatever until we get something later. Kind of what he's talking about, actually. I think you can do it as much as you want, or you can just do it until it's 20 essence, So, once you get to that level, I mean, you're going to have a lot of health. You just have to not lose all your health. And if you want, you can just sit there with big armor or whatever. Sit there chugging Estus or whatever against bosses or whatever if you want. Deck out with a Havel's ring, Havel's armor, the ring of favor and protection. That's the most serious equipment you can get in this game. Havel's armor is broken compared to any other armor in the game. There are like 1 or 2 armors that come close, but there's still, you can't upgrade those armors. There's only like 1 or 2 of them, like I said. Havel's is pretty much the best armor set you can get in the game, but that's later. Let me go back to the file I'm going to use for this. These guys, they're pretty easy. 1 hit with a normal attack. This guy, from my memory, I think just barely takes 2 hits with a normal attack, and you do a thrusting attack if you want to one-shot him. I'm not going to get that item over there. I don't want to risk it at this point. Not until I get a few levels, whenever 400 souls isn't that big of a deal. Besides, the item that's over there, I'm probably not even going to need to use. Jumping in this game isn't particularly... I was at a point where jumping wasn't that big of a deal. But now I am. Whatever. I might have, I should probably upgrade my Estus Flask at least once, maybe. I don't remember what I did on this file. Let me see. Yeah, I have that on. Do I have, heal yet? Yeah, I do. I haven't even put it on yet, because I'm an idiot. Put the talisman on. might blink for a second. The other thing that I was going to do was, I just said it, that I was going to try and upgrade my Estus Flask to +1. And that's the thing that I kind of forgot about. No, I don't want to talk to her. I tried this on a completely different file that I deleted recently or whatever, and I died. The area we're going into is Undead BURG. There is a lower part of it that I died there. I died in a completely different place. I did talk about how the depths was another area, I think, in a previous episode that you go down into, where a bunch of necromancers and skeletons are, but, you can choose to go down there right now if you want, but this is where you're supposed to go, first, Undead BURG. Considering I'm one-shotting every enemy with the Astoris.
So the Astoris is at base level is the equivalent of a +4 weapon. Once I get it to, at base level it is. Once I get it to +5, it's probably going to be about a +9. With a few upgrades down in the Faith, because it scales with 3 different things, it should be equivalent to pretty close to a normal, like something like the longsword or something, at +15. But we need something in order to be able to get it up to +15. Right now we can only get those weapons up to +5. Plus you need Titanite shards to even upgrade weapons like that. We need Twinkling Titanite for weapons like this, the ones I'm using. And it has a higher soul requirement. Not too much higher. You can get Titanite shards from these measly hollows, actually. One way to get them to drop quickly, like, I have, 5 humanity right now. If I used all of them or whatever, it would increase my item discovery. Maybe about 200, I think. 200 something. Things would start dropping really quickly. It's not that things won't drop if you don't have any humanity, but trust me, it'll be very noticeable how quickly things are dropping. One way to get down in the Undead BURG pretty quick, lower Undead BURG, is to do a jump, like in this area. It's a bit of a sequence break, but it seems possible to do, I don't know. I've never done it, but, it's just a jump. So, yeah, I saw this item up here for the longest time. I should have also mentioned that there's a hollow running around down here or whatever. You already aggro from up there. If you wait around too long, it'll get up there and probably backstab you or something. That soul that I picked up or whatever, you can kind of see it from down here. Yeah, I've been wondering how to get that for the longest time or whatever. And I finally figured it out one day. And yeah, it's kind of hard to tell that opening is over there. Doesn't look like there is anything over there for you to walk into, so... I'll read that in a minute. try and kill that hollow first. Unless he dropped down there like an idiot. Typically that's what normally happens to me. But you do it about like I just did it just now, that's typically what normally happens. Let me go ahead and read that rubbish, even though that it's pretty much that's what a term that people from England and stuff or whatever use for trash, so you kind of get the idea. Rubbish with no value, who in their right mind would bother carrying this around? Perhaps you need help. That actually will be pretty useful in getting a certain item. If I tried that again, though, I think I would be able to do what I want to do with what I was wanting to do with that practice file. Because I deleted the file because I lost a crap ton of souls, like 10, 20,000, something like that, and I was saving it up to get an item. But I don't know why so much clipping. It probably has something to do with the settings I have it on with that Drake, but I don't remember it being like that. So that's probably what it is. If I had just, because I had already unlocked the shortcut I needed to I mean, I already unlocked it, did what I needed to do to get the NPC that I needed free or whatever to get said item. But, so all I really needed to do was, go back to like Undead BURG, and then I'd be able to do what I needed to do with that and not worry about my souls, but I didn't do that. I went back down there because there is a shortcut anyways down there I was trying to unlock. There's the button. I still haven't put the... Oh my god. Whatever, there's a bonfire really close by. The door is normally a little different too, or whatever. I have the texture, HD textures mod on. What was I trying to say about that? I jumped over these dogs and there were these thieves. And I didn't do it by Well, I didn't really jump. For some odd reason, I think I pressed the button to roll, but for some odd reason, the game, I don't know what caused it or whatever for me to fly over the enemy and wind up. It looked like I was in the falling animation for some reason. Get in between them like that. You can take these guys by either kicking, get down these guys by either kicking, parrying them. You kind of can get them open to a parry if you, you can kind of get them open if you, just hit their shield with their sword. Those turtlers can be pretty annoying, I suppose. This dude's a fellow undead, I suppose. A lot of people I've heard think this guy is just a douchebag, but
Well now, you have your wits about you. Then you are a welcome customer. I trade for souls. Everything's for sale. Things are getting treacherous in these parts. A horrible goat demon has moved in below. And up above, there's that humongous drake and a bull demon too. If you stick around this place, it might end up being your grave.
well, thanks for the tip, dude. At least I know what I'm up against.
Yeah, I'm not here to chit-chat. We talk business, or we talk nothing at all.
Alright, whatever. I don't like chatting that much anyways.
Orange Guidance Soapstone helps you to write messages on the ground or whatever. It's more used like in online or whatever, but if you're online or whatever, and if you become human or whatever, there's a chance that other NPCs will invade you and kill you. If you or summon signs will appear, and you can summon them to help you out. It's better not to be human at all, online. There are invaders offline. It's just the player against the computer, and the computer. A lot of invasions or whatever, they're not as bad as what you can. Offline, they're not as bad as they are online. You get that residence key. It'll open like a couple of doors. There's a glitch you can use, though, I believe. A lot of people call it the PewDiePie glitch, I think, that you can use to open up a door, open certain doors without the key. But I've never really tried it, but the bottomless box is just a way to store items. You can hold infinite items anyways. Whatever. You can use the bottomless box at the bonfire, but some weapons appear if you don't have a decent one yet. Reinforced Club, it has a higher damage than the club. But it has a lower scaling, but it has bleed. So that's something about it. I think it has a lower, it has a lower durability. The durability isn't really that bad in this game compared to what is it? Breath of the Wild. Nowhere is bad. Dark Souls 2 has durability like that, but some decent shields if you want some. You can get a decent shield off those. A better one than this heater shield, actually. I think the heater shield is lighter, though. And it requires a little less strength. There's a shield you can get from those hollow soldiers. The hollow warriors only drop broken crack shields. The hollow warriors will drop, the hollow soldiers will drop the hollow soldier shields. The hollow warriors will drop the cracked round shield, which is even crappier than the plate shield, I believe, which you get with the deprived one. Short sword is... There's not much of a difference with the short sword and between the short sword and the long sword or whatever. The distance isn't really that big of a deal compared to like the next game. It just does slightly less damage, and you don't need as much strength as you do with a long sword. But most starter characters have 10 strength anyways for a long sword. You can get a long sword from those hollow soldiers as well. Short swords you can get off of the hollow warriors. You can get a bow off this guy, and if you want, you can use arrows or whatever. Arrows are you can shoot enemies or whatever from the farthest distance, away out of any ranged option in this game or whatever with arrows. And you can get a decent armor set for him or whatever. It has poise, so if you need some poise, you can get that. Repair powder in case you you don't have any I mean, if you need to repair a weapon, in case a weapon breaks, which normally doesn't happen. I think you can repair weapons a different way, but lightly enchanted golden powder repairs weapons lifted in right hand use of a weapon. Depletes its durability, eventually rendering it ineffective. Repair powders is a precious method of repair on the battlefield as it obviates the need for a repair box. Oh yeah, repair boxes. Yeah, that's something you'll be able to get later. Repair boxes, you can repair swords and stuff right out of bonfire, so... throwing knives are pretty crappy items. They have a set damage output or whatever, they don't scale it with anything. On these hollows, it's not that bad as a ranged option, but later on, it's really crappy. Yeah, here's a repair box that you can get, but there's cheaper repair boxes later. Specialize mortars used to repair weapons and armor by grinding repair powder right at a bonfire to make a weapon and armor repair. Possible repair powder is fragile and cannot be taken along. You've seen a dagger already. Description for the dagger. Nothing special about that. Small curved sword. Each hit inflicts little damage, but fluid chain attacks are deadly. The scimitar's sharp slashing attacks are effective against cloth and flesh, but not against metal armor or tough scales. This is a dex weapon. Short sword is a quality weapon. Dagger is a dex weapon as well. Rapier is also a dex. It's more of a quality weapon, I think. Standard thrusting sword, regular one-handed attack can be leveled with shield held up. Those one-handed attacks are really fast too. Can parry with use of left hand. Thrusting attacks pierce and are effective against foes with hard exterior, but the wielder is left open to damage after a swing. General hand axe is nothing special about this. Wooden shield, decorated with the ancient symbol of a double-headed eagle, painted yellow. Wood shields are lighter than metal shields, but with lower physical damage reduction and reduced shield stability. Buckler's pretty nice for parrying or whatever. There's more of an open area for parrying. Not that parrying is particularly hard compared to like Dark Souls 2. It's not that hard. I think it's harder in Dark Souls 3, but it's not nearly as bad as Dark Souls 2. Parry attacks are large center of protrusion. Small shields are always less stable, but landing critical hits after parry is easier. The shield specialized for parrying. Gear shield. Small metal shields and standard widely used shield. The shield is easy to use and is one of the smallest shields that offers 100% physical damage reduction. Standard arrows are, as you can see, the standard arrows do 45. The one that does the most damage is large arrow, but they have the shortest range. Wooden arrows are a very cheap option considering they only require 3 souls. They don't do that much less from standard arrows. Bows scale with dex.
So that's pretty useful or whatever. There is one bow from my memory that scales with they scale with it scales down two different paths. It's a quality weapon. It's quality CC scaling, dex, and strength. It's pretty good bow to have or whatever.
Thank you kindly.
But that's later. I think you could even infuse bows with different. Like this one does magic damage or whatever. You can make it. I can't remember though if that's right. There's a couple of measly hollows over here.
Crap. If I rolled, I could have made it. See, but jumping also works too. It goes farther, obviously. Yeah, I'm not as good as jumping as I used to be.
This thing is running at 15 FPS, but I have like AA and a bunch of other stuff on. I'd be able to run it at 45, 30 without very many issues. Or
Whatever, 60 is bearable for me, but there are frame rate drops on 45 and 30 even, but hardly anything. There's a frame rate drop there, but it's probably because I'm recording, you know. It doesn't really happen that much, but whenever I'm recording, I suppose, but See, I got the item that was over there, right? Am I stupid? Am I being stupid right now? Yeah, I got it. The light crossbow. The crossbow doesn't really scale with any stats, but it's a ranged option. It goes about as far as the bows do, I believe. As you can see, I believe they do higher damage than slightly higher damage than bows, but bows will eventually beat it out. DS fix AA, you know, not. If I had AA on right now, in game AA, then it would, first of all, let me put on the heal. If I had in game AA, then DS fix wouldn't work. Clearly DS fix is working because, obviously my Estus Flask is a coke, but, Get your ass up here.
Drops are much rarer than you. They're pretty rare. So if you want to get like the stuff that these guys have, the Hollow Soldier helm or whatever is a pretty good helm for right now or whatever. Not those guys, but even with 10 humanity on, which is going any higher on that won't increase your height and discovery any more than that, really. So it's better to go with ow. Clipping. It was better not to increase it after that. Also, if there is a boss in the area or a mini boss, I should also mention that the normal enemies have a chance to drop humanity. See, I have one right now in my slot. Firebomb. If you lose your souls, you'll also lose your humanity, so that you have on you, not the one in your inventory. That's in the slot. Humanity is useful for Covenant items and stuff. Covenant stuff, that's another thing you can use that for. It also increases your curse resistance. Something that we'll be dealing with later. Come on up. I don't remember the swords. Ow. Let me kill you. I don't know if it's because of how many frames I'm running this on or whatever, but for some odd reason sometimes if I do a thrusting attack like on stairs like this, for some odd reason it doesn't do anything. But you don't want to use Estus, that's a good option for you. Heal.
If you fall down there, you can. I'll show you in a minute. Like roll or jump. I can't remember. Yeah, this dude you really don't want to. Over here. Can roll off over here. Let's see. Yeah, that's where you would where you can fall off to or whatever. Just roll off over here. If you haven't killed a Black Knight, if you're not careful, you might run into him. With the Asura's, I do pretty good amount of damage to him, especially with parries. Well, I wasn't trying to parry. Oh, crap. Okay, the flag is throwing me off. Come on. There we go. You can tell I'm rusty. He won't come after me, but if you don't kill that other dude, he will. Doors unlocked.
Since that door is open, he'll aggro a bit earlier, that one dude. Watch out for that.
Sometimes those firebombers will notice you and throw firebombs at you from all the way over there. But they didn't. Aggro one of these guys. From here. Moving over there. Come on, dude. I had trouble with the kick too, but I'm getting better with it again. I don't get it. Just try and get off a parry if they attack me, but no big deal. Long sword. What is up with these frames? Oh. No. Oh, God. Admittedly, it has been a minute since I last played this as well. It's been like a week or two. Black Knight is really getting on my nerves right now. Maybe because I'm recording also, it's probably having an effect on me. First. Let me get in here. Oh, crap. Around you, just in case that dude comes after me. Mini boss fight isn't I mean, the Black Knight isn't exactly a mini boss, so. It's just a normal enemy that has a bit of health and some armor and some damage. Oh, God, please. I don't need that. Battle axes are admittedly kind of heavy. It's actually a bit slower than the longsword. It's a tad. Yeah, I was right. He does aggro on you. If you do that. If I wasn't able to one-shot him, then that might have become an issue, but become an issue. Suppose the lag was causing me an issue there for a few seconds there. me when he was coming up the stairs. You can backstab this guy too, but I'm having trouble with that. Wait. You already aggro on me, what the? Two-hand before you get off the riposte, I believe you'll get more damage. Gotcha.
Stamina is causing some issues there, I suppose. Two as well. Health wasn't really that big of a deal, I guess, but The rare gem called Tear Stone has the uncanny ability to sense an imminent death. This blue Tear Stone from Katarina boosts the defense of its wearer when in danger. The Deprived actually has a lot higher stats than this dude does. Everything's 11, you know.
11 health, 11 stamina, you know. It says 9, 8 endurance. I'm gonna keep track of the time, I'm not sure how long I'm recording. And I didn't expect to have as much trouble as I did with that Black Knight. No. I'm not gonna lose you. I'd say, Titanite bug, you can get some Titanite stuff from the Titanite chunk, and I got Twinkling Titanite, where I need to upgrade this weapon. You have a chance to drop large Titanite as well. You won't drop, regular Titanite. There are other Titanite bugs later on that will drop other different types of materials, but, stuff we don't know about yet. Should I fight you now? What the heck? First thing you're gonna want to do is come up here. There's some archers up here. That have swords. Well, crossbow guys, not archers. If you have your frame rate unlocked or whatever, sometimes there's a chance that you'll fall through the floor. So it's better to avoid flying down ladders. I've had it happen to me before, but
not that. That's what I want. I do enough damage with the stores as well. No. Uh-oh. Was it you? There we go. since this is a demon, and this says divine damage, demons are weak to it. You could also use gold pine resin on any weapon. The gold pine resin we picked up these guys are also weak to it. Lightning damage. I'm at two-hand. Okay, maybe that's a bad idea from this range. My health. If I rolled, I might have been able to dodge that, but I don't know. If you wanted to cheese this guy, you can try and get him to jump backward off the cliff. You can try and plunging attack on him from the thing behind me up there. Another kind of cool way to fight him or whatever is to get him to jump up there.
In the tower behind me, he'll jump up there. You can fight him up there.
Hello, Draggy Poo. You don't have to fight him. You can just run underneath him or whatever, but I'd recommend resting at a bonfire before you try and do that, because I'm pretty sure his AI will work differently right now until you sit at a bonfire again. And you kind of have to sit at one in order to run underneath him.
Hello. You don't look hollow, far from it. I am Solaire of Astora, an adherent of the Lord of Sunlight. Now that I am undead, I have come to this great land, the birthplace of Lord Gwyn, to seek my very own son. You find that strange? Well, you should. No need to hide your reaction. I get that look all the time. Oh, aha. So I didn't scare you. I have a proposition, if you have a moment.
I guess.
The way I see it, our fates appear to be intertwined. In a land brimming with hollows, could that really be mere chance? So what do you say? Why not help one another on this lonely journey?
I guess.
It pleases me greatly. Well then, take this.
The white sign soapstone is what you use to place your summon sign down or whatever to get people to summon you online, help you out. Not just against invaders, but you can also in boss fights. I believe it'll buff certain boss fights or whatever. If you summon, like if you summon one, it'll buff it. If you summon two, it'll buff it further, and so on, I think. But sometimes, depending on how skilled of a player you are or whatever, it can benefit you, you know.
We are amidst strange beings in a strange lands. The flow of time itself is convoluted, with heroes centuries old phasing in and out. The very fabric wavers, and relations shift and obscure. There's no telling how much longer your world and mine will remain in contact. But use this to summon one another as spirits, cross the gaps between the worlds, and engage in jolly cooperation. Of course, we are not the only ones engaged in this, but I am a warrior of the sun. Spot my summon signature easily by its brilliant aura. If you miss it, you must be blind. Oh, hello there. I will stay behind to gaze at the sun. The sun is a wondrous body, like a magnificent father. If only I could be so grossly incandescent.
There's a lot of, right now I guess you could say he seems kind of crazy, but, later on, the lore in this game makes it look out, brings up a lot of questions about Solaire. But based on stuff that happens in future games, yeah, but by itself, not thinking about the other games, Solaire may be actually pretty, important. Like what he just said, based on some stuff later, it could lead you to believe, like, what the crap, why am I standing up in the... that's weird. It could lead you to believe that he's like the son of Gwyn or something. Which is pretty crazy. Or something like that. Something related to him, but eh. But with Dark Souls 2 and 3, he's just a, he's just crazy. There's some events with Solaire that you do later on to, like, save him and stuff. But he's probably like, I don't hate on him for believing in what he does, you know, he's just... Humanity has done that for years. Humans are stupid. So many religions, so many... Nah. I mean, compared to every other creature on this planet, obviously we're probably the most intelligent, but based on some of the stuff humans have done in the past, you know, I mean, nah. If you really look at some of this stuff that is supposedly the way things are about our past, but about history and stuff. I mean, whether you believe in certain things or not, you know, I mean, it's, you probably feel that way about another religion. My, parents are, Christians. They acknowledge the fact, though, that the church, you know, the Catholic Church or whatever, there's probably things that... it's probably corrupt. If you look at some things that the Catholic Church has done in the past, but... and the Bible could be incomplete. The Bible could be just many things, you know. We really don't know our past that well, you know.
Oh, there you are. Still keeping your marbles all together. Then go ahead, don't be a nitwit. Never hurts to splurge when your days are numbered. Wow, this one. Ain't she lovely? Her name is Yulia. She's plumb in love with me. You'd never leave my side now, would you, Yulia?
What are you talking about?
Oh, you can forget it. I'm all that she means. Careful, she'll bite your little fingers off. Be kind, Yulia, be kind. Now, don't squander your time chatting. You need to look over my wares.
If you actually kill this dude, he drops an Uchi Katana. Based on some of the things he says, some people are led to believe that what Yulia is his sword. You know, I don't know, or somebody really, Yulia could be somebody really important. It could be like an imaginary friend he has, or some, which is clearly an enemy. Could be like a, he could see something, you know, something that's in his mind, I don't know, going on in mental health stuff here, I guess, yeah. But he really doesn't appear to want to hurt anybody, he's just living his life just like anybody else, you know.
Oh, thank you. Very much. Come back soon.
I don't see no Yulia in there. Do you? But come on. Like, you know, whenever you start killing him, I'll teach you, you lousy rat. Yulia, he starts swinging a sword, you know. Yeah, you get the idea. I hope I don't have to split this into two. I don't know. That would suck. Got 4 attunement slots. I may want 5, I don't know. Maybe. I think I'll keep it at 4 just for right now. I think I'll increase my faith. Increases damage on my stores. If, I'll talk about that once I get there, it's really close by. Spend my souls now, this thing, in case something happens with the Drake. Which I probably won't, but eh. Okay, crap. That didn't go very well. Oh. Whole soldier home. Just gotta wait now. Okay, Run. Run. I didn't get a really good... I didn't really show that off very well, but, oh well, he flies off. He drops a sword. If you shoot at his tail with a bunch of arrows, he'll drop this thing called a Drake Sword. It doesn't scale very well with anything, but it has 200 flat damage. It rivals that of the Astoras. It just doesn't do thrusting attacks. In total, it does more damage than the Astoras, but it upgrades, I think, about as much as the Astoras, but it requires much more souls. There's a special attack that it has that burns durability whenever you use it, not that much, but yeah. The Claymore is a really good weapon. If you want yourself a balanced run through the game, the weapon to go with. It's a bit slower than the longsword. Not that much slower. It's a pretty nice sword. It's longer too. Only requires 16 strength. Unlike Dark Souls 2, it requires like 20 or 25. I don't exactly remember. Its class as a great sword. But yet, the great sword in this game is an ultra great. Like, what? And that requires more strength, and that's even slower, and I can't really... it's about as slow as a Black Knight sword whenever you're using thrusting attacks. It's pretty much the equivalent to that. I wielded a Black Knight sword a long time ago, and I never really used thrusting attacks, really, because of how slow it was. With the Claymore, thrusting attacks are really it rivals that of the longsword, and I just really like the poke, you know, but it's probably my favorite weapon in this game, maybe, but I'm probably not going to use it this run. I might not. I don't know how I'm going to fare against a certain boss later because of the kind of damage this weapon does. But I'll try to do my best. But at least I'm going to have probably Great Heavy Soul Arrow for that. This here is where you access a Covenant. It's actually where the Sun Bros are, well, the Warrior Sunlight Covenant, which people call them the Sun Bros. You can enter it or whatever. You need 25 faith. If you're online, you can reduce the faith amount by I think down to 20 if you help people out. Have to help multiple people out. I don't remember exactly how many, but in order to get it down to that much. But you can just enter it with 25 faith, and you can get a really good ranged option. Because it's lightning, it's not going to be very good against the boss I'm thinking about. But what I'm going to use is Great Heavy Soul Arrow for that fight, because it's magic. So obviously you get the idea what I'm probably going to do with this build. It's going to be a bit of a mixed build. But yeah, just typical stuff that I like, I suppose. But the Claymore, if you're just upgrading it to plus 15, it is way better than the Astoras, probably. There's way more damage. We'll do this area over here later on. I mean, in the next episode, I guess. These statues. I wonder what they represent. So that's probably gonna do it for this episode. I also got a Soul of Nameless Soldier, I think, there. I should have probably mentioned not to use Soul of the Last Undead or Lord Soul of the Last Undead because it's more efficient to use it to do something with it later. It's something after you beat the two. I mean, you ring the 2 bells of awakening. Something you get after that, and then spin them. Then it's not that big of a deal for large souls, but it kind of is for the regular souls of the Last Undead. Whatever. So I think that's gonna do it for this episode. See you guys later.
The darkness that dozes in the dusk, throw it all away. No one can break you, nobody can tear you. You live an endless life forever. Oh, the darkness that dozes in the dusk, throw it all away. You see a light wherever you go. You have to face